Hello guys, and welcome back to episode 7 of Really Awesome Plays Civilization Beyond Earth Rising Tide. When we left off, we were just about to found a new city to the southwest of Gyeongsang. We're moving our naval units up towards the Pan-Asian Cooperative. We're just continuing our infrastructural development in our core cities. Things looking pretty good. We're working a lot more xenomass than we had been previously. So yeah, things are looking pretty good. We're going to jump straight in with a next turn. So I am kind of hoping the Pan-Asian Cooperative might get in a war. It's very unlikely, but if they do, that would be fantastic. I think in the meantime we will continue to move our military units into place, but we shall wait for alien adaptation to be finished before we begin an assault on the Pan-Asian Cooperative. But it's 6 turns away, so it's not a huge deal. We have to choose production in Dangai, which just finished its pharma lab. We begin to work on the drone command. We've quite a few units needs orders, so we shall move our worker down here to work on this xenomass. We should move over to Gyeongsang and purchase this xenomass tile for 170. That's fine. We have 900 energy at the moment, and we're producing 100 per turn, so things are looking pretty good. In Farjan, we shall purchase a submarine, I think. Tide Hunter. I do want to start building a air force shortly as well. They're very helpful for attacking, especially seeing as our cities are quite isolated and we have quite a good view distance around them to see units that are going to push. So one of our units needs orders. Our cutter will actually settle our colonists first. Fortify this cutter in place. Our scarab can continue moving around to the south, and the scarab is going to continue working over towards this fungal growth thing. Our workers finished the petroleum well, and it can now move down onto this vent and build a seawell. And this submarine, actually I might move them around to the north of Gangren. Yes, indeed, Gangren. Our cutter over here can continue to explore around. What is this city? Oh, Dunkyle. I think that's actually a real city in Scotland, if memory serves. I've been to Scotland once. Great place, man. Really, really great place. I went there on a New Year's Eve for a couple of days when I was much younger, man. But a lot of blurry memories. But I remember a smile on my face, so that's probably the most important thing. So yeah, things are looking good. Like I said, I do want to start stepping up our internal infrastructure. I think science now is the next big one we need to work towards. We also need to... I really want to finish this quest for the dome improvement. I think it is Secure Compounds. No, it is the Beating Heart Society. So I do want to finish that. We discovered a new station. That's fine. Our cutter here by Dunkyle can continue to explore the area. Seems quite a lucrative little area. Geothermal. A lot of nice resources around here. Geothermal is quite nice. A submarine in Farjan is finished. It can also move up here to the north of Gangren. I think I might set up a sub-force between Gangren and the mainland even, so I can begin to attack any units that try to push out when we do eventually start a war with the Pan-Asian Cooperative. I do want to keep the AI in check quite a lot, get them to produce units that I can easily kill and farm, just to slow them down. Overall, I think they do have a lot of advantages on this difficulty level, so I wouldn't mind keeping them in check. Getting a lot of compliments about our army size and our health level. These alien units are weak compared to anything the AI or even myself can throw at them at the moment. But I still want to keep them as they can soak up some damage kind of thing, you know. Choose production in Islemuir, which just finished the Xeno Nursery, and I think next we shall build, yes, a Xenofuel plant, because we are working a lot of Xenofuel with Islemuir. Choose production in Farjan. We are going to build the Xenomass bathhouse, I think. Or we could also work on another submarine unit. which might be a good idea. We do need some cutters to capture, so yeah, actually we're going to work on a naval melee unit. And this fellow is very close to this. What is this? Colossal fungus? I don't think I can actually interact with it, but it's nice that we saw it on the map all the same, I guess. We found an alien nest. I'm actually going to move you to here to remove this alien nest on the next turn. So the Cavatan Protectorate seem to be expanding to their east, and so did the Pan-Asian Cooperative. I wonder what the African People's Union are doing up here. Not at this time, my friend, but thank you. He might be a good ally. I mean, he does seem to respect us quite a bit. I'm thinking about the very, very late game at the moment, and we're going to need to build a structure that we can defend. And I think this area here would be fantastic. We can move our coastal cities closer, and then just build. We'll have one city here perhaps, and build the end game structure we need to build here, so we can defend it very easily. But we're still a long way away from that yet, so we won't worry about that just now. I think I'll just begin to kill some of these aliens. Alien adaptation, 2 turns, should give us quite a lot of harmony levels up. So we move this alien nest. We get another artifact and 25 energy, so not too shabby. Continue exploring with our Scarab, and our Tidehunter can also continue to explore. Some Xenomass up here, that's an integer. They're already on the next tier of technology, so it's not ideal, but I don't plan on assaulting integer anytime soon. In actually my most recent playthrough of this game, integer were my single biggest competitor in the late game. They almost achieved the victory condition, but I managed to stop them and complete one of my own, so that was fantastic. I finished my coffee. I'm just on water now at the moment, so our cutter can continue to explore. There must be an alien nest around here somewhere. I'm sure of it. Looks like it might be around here somewhere. Our Tidehunter can move up this side, I think. And we get to choose production in one of our cities. So production in Farjan. Just finished a cutter. And I think next I will build an autoplant or a Xenomass bathhouse. I think a Xenomass bathhouse here might be a good idea. Although on second thoughts, the main thing with the Xenomass bathhouse is for aircraft, because if you just skip a turn with them, they'll be fully healed, which is fantastic. So I think instead we'll build an autoplant. One of our units needs orders. This worker just finished the Xenomass well, which is fantastic. So I think I'll just move them back to here and to build a farm. Our Scarab cannot do a whole lot, so I think I'll just auto-pat them up to this area here. And this fellow can just fill in some of the space here that we cannot see at the moment. Farjan, our cutter is complete. We shall just move it up within attack range of Gong Ren. And this unit is fully healed. So we shall also begin to explore, I think, up here to the north might be a good idea. So yeah, we'll just move it up here. And, our Tidehunter needs some orders as well, so let's take a peek over here. Not a whole lot going on. Integer unit, not too worried about that. Actually, this is a great settlement as well for defense, unless they can come around the north of this island, which maybe they can, but perhaps not. Perhaps not even. So it might be good to base a second navy force here, but we'll see in time. Continuing on to the next turn, turn 133, alien adaptation should be finished. Get this lovely lady and her voiceover. The PAC are unhappy with us. Very well. Sure. Integer want to make a deal? Goodbye. cutter is about to be assaulted, but it should crush these units, I think. Yes, indeed it does.
All opposing forces start to resemble each other as conflict continues.
So, we finished Alien Adaptation, which allows us to build a new unit, which we're not too worried about at the moment, and also improves the food from work barges.
We discarded the booster rockets which got us off Earth. Why shouldn't we discard some of those Earth genes, now that better ones are available?
Level 6 Harmony reached, so we have some unit upgrades. Our attack jet is now going to take the plus 15% against land and sea units. Our marine is now going to be a... I think we'll do the plus 40% damage when not next to friendly units, which is very strong. And our cutter is now leveling up to a screamer, and we will get plus 40% when attacking cities, because we're going to use them as our capture force mainly. And we get to choose production in Deep Castle. I'm tempted to build more military units here, but I think I will build an autoplant for now. And in Jiangsang, I might begin to move this city once again to the south in order to get the xenomass. But it does need a lot of internal improvements first, so I think we shall build either a clinic or a laboratory. But I think we'll start with a clinic, develop a virtue. We have a choice between 50% quantity from sources of strategic resources. That's pretty monumental, but it's a dead end thing. I don't think we're going to choose the industry one for additional energy from station trade routes. I wouldn't mind moving down towards this channeled wraith, which is plus 10 strength for all units essentially. Continue to get the might synergy bonuses, so I think that might be a good idea. Yes, indeed. Although that does seem very, very good, but we don't really need strategic resources at the moment. So I think we'll actually go for plus 10 production towards units for each upgrade it has. So that will be helpful as we move into the later game, which should be like an additional 30% production improvement. Terraforming, we're suggested to build. Floatstone quarry, that actually might be a really good idea. Alien ethics, we can build a Xeno sanctuary, mind stem, and a Xenodrome. I'm just looking at it for the Harmony Affinity experience upgrade, but I think instead we're actually going to move down here and get this dome improvement one out of the way with fabrication. We also get a carrier and a torpedo battery, which is good for city defense. So our cutter needs orders. I might as well just finish these units. Or screamer now, sorry. And the screamer can begin to move up here to the... Actually, I will move it over here. That is good for now, I think. Our alien scarab can continue to explore. Find an alien nest and a lot of angry aliens. Tidehunter can wait there for now, and as can this. And this Tidehunter can continue to explore down around this peninsula. Our worker in Almur can build a farm. Our worker in Farjan can... I think Farjan will move here next, so I shall begin developing these tiles, I think. Oh, we need to build a Xenomass farm on this tile, so I'll actually move it to there. That was a bit of a misplay, but not the end of the world. This Tidehunter can also begin to move up here. I will give it 3 auto turn moves, as I will give this one. And finally this guy. Our alien scarab is going to... I can't really get out of here now, so I'll just heal them and then delete that unit for some energy, I think. So Alphala are unhappy with our affinity, so they must be choosing a different path. LAD wants to cooperate. Not at this time, but it's certainly something I might return to later. I was hoping to ally with Alphala, because they would be a good force to have against the Pan-Asian Cooperative. So our Screamer is killing aliens to the south, and it looks like our Scarab might die here. Perhaps not. This red obviously indicates that the aliens are very unhappy with me currently. And I'm just actually going to heal that fellow there. And you can heal as well. Our Tide Hunter, I don't think I'll be able to bomb Tiangong or Tiangong from where I am currently. But we'll certainly set up for any units that want to move into the water. It also wouldn't be a bad idea to move up and cut any reinforcements coming down to Gongren from the north, whatever cities are up here. But I think for now, we'll just skip his turn. Our Tide Hunter can also move over here and end her turn. This Tide Hunter can continue exploring. Our worker is finished the vents improvement. I can move here and build another seawall. So we are looking good. Our intrigue in Deep Castle is very high, so we need to begin the espionage research next, I think. I'm just going to make a note of that so I do not forget. So that could be an issue if it gets much higher, but that's okay for now. The Screamer is just essentially going to capture Gongren, so we'll just move it back a turn. And I can fortify in position. So looking good. We've nearly 1,000 energy in reserves. We have nearly 2,000 diplomatic capital, which actually on the next turn I will invest in some military upgrades. Now PAC are moving in some aircraft, which is probably a wise choice. I think they are all ahead of me technologically, so their units are considerably better than mine, I think. But that's okay, it's not the end of the world. So we'll see where this alien nest is, just over here, outside of Dunkyle. Just move this unit up, pillage it. 25 food, which is not too shabby, move it back in. This Tide Hunter can move down here and attack some of these aliens, I think. So do we begin to attack Gongren even now? I'm not too sure, but I'll certainly move our military in place. I think I'll wait for our additional units to come up from the south. Move this fellow here, this fellow here, and this fellow can move to here. Some production choices to make in Farjan. We can build a Xenomass bathhouse, I think. And in Zhongsang, excuse me, we will work on a if all our happiness buildings built for now, so I think I'll begin working on 2 military units in these 2 cities. The drone command is finished here, it is indeed. So we'll begin to develop some more Tide Hunters over here. At level 8 Harmony Affinity, we will get the upgrade to the submarine units, so that is definitely something I need to begin to worry about. But I certainly need to do something about the espionage level in Deep Castle also. So our culture rate is, yeah, definitely pretty good. This looks like I don't know what unit that could be, and why they're in this walled off area is beyond me. It's Dunkyle with his first city defense. Our Scarab is continuing to do work. And the African Union are also killing aliens up here to the west of our main cities. So we do have an incoming diplomatic transmission. Yeah, that looks good to me. Goodbye. Before we go any further, we are going to use some of our diplomatic capital to do my personality traits, and we're going to look at military. So these are all of the choices we have. I think this is probably the one we will go for. It's in military imperial, and it essentially at tier 3 gives us plus 15 strength and range strength for units fighting outside of friendly territory, which I think we will certainly be doing if we are going on the offensive. So I'll actually upgrade that to tier 3 straight away. And we can also begin to look at other personality traits. In domestic traits, global health is probably a good one. City production yields increased by 15% is also fantastic. Science might be a great idea. I'm really leaning towards science because I don't fall behind in science. So yes, actually, that's what I'm going to go for. And hopefully we have enough to upgrade that to tier 3, which we do. So yeah, that's diplomatic capital spent for now. We still have quite a bit in reserve, and we're ticking for 70 per turn, which is also quite nice. Almur just finished the xenofuel plant, so it should be really making a lot of food, I think, from the xenofuel plant. I can't quite remember what that does, excuse my ignorance. So plus 1 energy from xenomass resources worked by the city, so it's certainly an additional boon. I think I shall move the city to the... I think I'll move it to here and circle around to this area here. And before I do, I will purchase this Pharaxite. And one of our units needs orders, our Tide Hunter up here. You can simply fortify, fortify, and fortify. This fellow is actually going to fortify in Dunkyle, and our submarine can begin to bomb these sea dragons. Our worker outside of Dangai is finished the Xenomass well, so I will move to the Titanium and construct a mine. Our worker over here is ready to build a Xenomass well, so we shall begin construction. I think our alien units, actually, they might be a good interception force, so I'm going to begin moving them to the north of their current position. Excuse me. With all these aliens, actually we have a lot of alien units here, which is good. It's not particularly good, but it's a meat shield, I guess. So yeah, that will end our turn for now. I think Gongren should be ours in a couple of turns. I think I will just attack the city and let them send what units they have, and just like cull their units down a bit before taking Gongren. Farjan is pretty defensible. 60 is not too shabby of a city defensive strength. I think this is actually my favorite time for a game of Civilization, is this kind of early middle game-ish, which is a lot of action, you know. It can be a lot of fun. So hopefully we finish the Sea Dragon, but we do not on this turn at least. There's some production choices to make in Almur. Just finished moving, so I will move it another tile, I think. And we have to choose production in Dangai, which just finished Drone Command. Fantastic. And I think we will begin to work on a site on nursery up here, as Dunkyle is going to begin producing unhappiness very shortly. One of our units needs orders, this fellow, and I will delete him for 15 energy. It's not great, but there's not much we can do. We're trapped on that tile. And that is the end of this turn, I think. Yes, our submarines are in place to attack Gongren on the next turn. I will actually keep our Screamer away from the Kavatan Protectorate's border so they don't get any insults as such. So yes, our Xenomass bathhouse in Farjan will be finished in 1 turn, really, I suppose. So we can begin to build aircraft there. They will be a boon. Then we can begin to build carriers. And yeah, we'll have a mobile air force very shortly. Alfla not happy. Alfla happy. Indecisive AI, huh? And they're unhappy again. So, I think on this turn we will actually begin our war with the Pan-Asian Cooperative. Firstly, we'll finish this Sea Dragon with our secondary units. Our alien Ripper is moving up to the north. And we're finding the African People's Union have quite a number of units up there. So yes, indeed, I'm just double checking that our units are in place for a war. So they are indeed, they seem to be. So we can get +1 science from the rudders or -10 production cost to move cities. So I think, I mean, being the North Sea Alliance, we have something similar to that built into our baseline. So I think I will go for +1 science, which is fantastic. And we get to choose production in Isle Muir, which finished moving. And I think I will move it one more time. Here perhaps, and then I can just go straight out and straight up. So this is a dead tile. I know this is kind of not super efficient by moving here, as we already own this tile, but that is okay. Jiangsang is finished a Tide Hunter, and I shall get it to build a I think a auto plant for production, or dry dock. Yeah, dry dock for +3 production. Oh, and we shall, because of that misclick, I will actually begin my war with them on the next turn. And our alien units are falling into place. Which is good for us. And this final sea dragon, you can also move up to there. This fellow can just skip his turn. Our Tide Hunter can actually move down towards our Screamer down here by the southwest of Dunkyle. These fellows can just go on alert for now. Yes, and that's the end of that turn. So we shall begin our war with the Pan-Asian Cooperative on the next turn. Excuse me, just having a sip of water. So they have another aircraft in Gangren. They have some military units to the north east of Gangren as well. Oh. You can move up here and help defend Dunkyle from these rather boisterous aliens. And you can just fortify in there, I think. So in Deep Castle we shall begin to build a +3 science is nice. Ultrasonic fence is nice for our trade units. It'll give us a quest for trade units as well, which is nice. So I think I will actually build that. Down here we shall build a move the city, actually, is what we shall do. And just do here. And choose production in Farjan, which is finished the Xenomass bathhouse, and we shall begin building needle jets in Farjan. So we should begin our war with the Pan-Asian Cooperative. Declare war, yes indeed. Our alien units can continue to move and fortify to the north. You can simply skip your turn for now. You can fortify for now. This alien unit can continue to get an idea of what the African Union are up to. You can move up here and simply fortify, I think. You can fortify. Our worker down here can move anywhere really, I guess here, and build a farm. The rest of our subs are fortified, but we shall wake them up and begin to attack Gangren. I think this unit is spotted. It is indeed. So I think with this unit we shall move. I think is probably the best option we have here. And you can also move over to here. You can bomb Gangren. You can also bomb Gangren. So the big question becomes, do I capture Gangren or do I raise it? I think capturing it might not be a bad idea, but we don't need to decide right now, so we'll go to next turn for the time being. See what the response from the Pan-Asian Cooperative is. If they send land units, it shall be very easy, but we shall see. Oh, they moved the aircraft unit out of Gangren. And Dunkyle is still under attack from this alien unit, which I'm going to end on this turn. That should be the death of that. Our submarine got a veterancy bonus, so we shall choose this. And we shall begin to bomb Gongren again. I think we could actually just capture the city for now and see what they do. They had a unit inside, that was my thinking behind that, so we could just get a free kill essentially on that unit. And I think for now, yeah, we will annex the city. I'm not too sure that we can hold that city, but we shall see, I guess. Seeing if there's any units up here, but I might just leave that unit there for now. And likewise with this one. Our sea dragons can move up and fortify to the north. You can fortify. This fellow can continue to see what's going on up here. My word, that is a large landmass. Perhaps there's a second city here somewhere that we can't quite see. Our Tide Hunter, I do want to find this alien nest that is surely around here somewhere. Move here and we shall bomb some of these land units. Well, that was a trade convoy, which is a bit of a waste, but... Oh no, it wasn't. It was a... Actually, they are Harmony units as well, so that was the basic marine unit that we just attacked with our submarine. So I think I will kill some of these workers for the time being as well, as they're showing up our submarines when they are beside them. Our worker here by Deep Castle is finished the vents. I don't think we have the improvement for a floatstone quarry yet. No, we do not, so I shall move them up to here and begin to work on some more farms. Production in Almur, which is finished moving. We shall build a thermoline rudder. Production in Dangai, we shall build a tidal turbine. And production in Gongren doesn't really matter, so we will just pick anything for now. Oh, the Cavatan Protectorate. If they declared war on us now as well, that could be a bit of an issue, but not something I'm hugely concerned about. Now, I know we do have large stockpile of energy, but I'm fine with that for now.
Your village was ever ruined by trade.
Sure. This fellow doesn't seem to... oh, and I made his buddies with Alpha again, which is great. If the three of us could get along, I could just focus my efforts on PAC and the Cavatan Protectorate. You can move down here as well. I do want to find and remove wherever that alien nest is. And you can move back around to this tile here. This unit is invisible for now, so we shall continue our ranged bombardment of some of these units. Only workers, but it's one less, I guess. This Tide Hunter can move to here and bombard this worker, and likewise with this fellow. I do want to try and kill this, so hopefully the African Union Explorer shall move shortly. This Tide Hunter can begin to move over here. Our Screamer can heal in Gongren. I might move this fellow here and see if we can get some pot shots off on any units coming across. And this Tide Hunter will likely do the same, so I'll put them on alert for now. Our Sea Dragons are now in place. We shall just leave a wall of defensive naval units up here. We do have a quest decision, so we can either gain 450 science immediately or plus 5 Xenomass resources, which we will absolutely take. So we have 22 Xenomass, which right now isn't a huge deal, but when we move towards the late game, we'll need a lot of Xenomass to make some of the units I'm hoping to produce. So Gyeongsang is finished its dry dock, and we shall begin work on a laboratory. And next turn. Just having a sip of my water. Our health is unhappy again because of Gongren. I hope the African Explorer moves. Fantastic. So you can begin to put shots on this brawler unit for the Pan-Asian Cooperative. See if we can find this alien nest, which we have. Fantastic. We found 2 alien nests actually, which is nice. We have a mine already built here by Dangai. So we shall move over to, I think our geothermal could use an improvement. So we should move it to there. Get ready to improve. Our submarine is invisible, so we shall begin to... Oh, we can't shoot over this hill here, I'm afraid. That is okay though, we can simply do so with our second submarine. And these submarines can move. This submarine is going to move up here along the coast, because I do want to begin to assault whatever we do find up in this region. You can remain alert. Our Screamer can come up here. It's the fastest unit we have at the moment, besides the Alien Ripper, so we'll go out there for a look. You can actually move up, I think, because we are going to need to begin to assault up here. Tiangong, I don't really want to build a whole lot of land units, so if I can avoid doing so, I certainly will. Our Screamer is in place to kill some of these guys, but actually, you know what? Let's just do it. Fantastic, so we can pillage that on the next turn. You can fortify, and you can move into place, and then we will fortify on the next turn. We do have production to complete in Deep Castle. Thermo Rudder, I think, is the choice we're going to make here. I do need to begin worrying about military units again. But I think, guys, that is the end of this episode. I would like to thank you very much for joining me, as always. If you have any comments, feedback, anything at all, do drop it down in the comment section, and I will certainly reply to you. So thanks again for joining me, and I will catch you next time.